Good afternoon, my NPP peeps. Well, today was just a whipsaw day. We started off green, but then ended into the red. I think today was just a you know frustrating day for both bulls and bears. Um, we saw the green this morning after those horrendous numbers. The NFP numbers, non-farm payroll numbers, were at a negative 700,000 when only negative 100,000 was expected, but the market still rallied. Right then, I knew not to trust the move, so mostly sat out the action today and just waited to see how we finished. Did end up uh, making a trade with some short SPY puts at the end of the day, just to collect premium, and easily collected that premium. So not much action today. I think next week will be the tell, and which way we're going to move forward. So next week, you can look at this. This could go either way. We could have a bullish breakout next week, or we could have a bearish breakdown and retest these lows. I think the levels to watch are obviously on the bearish side is this 2447, call it 2440. If 2440 breaks, I expect we get the leg lower to fill this gap, to at least around 2300. And then if we break this low of 2191, call it, we head down here to 2030. So just watch the 2440 level next week. If we break that, we're probably going to have a bearish outcome on the week. But let's look at the bullish side. If we break this downtrend line, close above it, and attack this 2650 again and move above it, I think we rally. I think we rally to this 2800 level, this 2792. And if you look at this chart pattern right here, we have a chance at an inverse head and shoulders. So you got your shoulder here, you got your head here, and are we forming the right shoulder here? Don't know. Obviously, we need to hold this 2447. And if we do, and we rally next week and close above this 2650, well, I think we got a nice 140 point move at least to this 2792. So, if you're looking to get long, watch this, first of all, this downtrend line to get taken out. If we close above it and you want to get started early, start the leg in long, and then this 2650, that's where you add heavy. You add heavy and you go up for this 2800 target. So we'll just have to wait and see what the market does next week. But those are our levels that we're watching, and those are the levels that will dictate our actions. One positive on the week, VIX. Look at this. Every day down, down, down. So now we're starting to, this volatility is finally starting to calm down. I would love to see us get back to this 40 zone and, stay there for a little bit at least. The longer that we're below this, at least this 50, the longer we're below that, the more chance we have of a sustained rally if we get it. All these rallies have been occurring when this VIX is over 60, and it's just hard to get any sustained rally when the VIX is that high. It's just there's just too many wild swings. So this is good news. This is good news for longs going into next week. And and let's just look at a weekly chart on this SPX. if you look at a weekly chart here, let's get rid of these. You have this you have this bullish engulfing candle still from last week. I mean, look at this massive candle. So, we took out the lows of the previous week, but then we ended up closing above the highs of that week, last week. So it's still a nice bullish pattern happening. And this week, all we did, we didn't even come down to the lower third of the top of that candle. So there is still hope for the bulls. I think once we get, obviously below that 2440 level, my bias will start, leaning towards the bears and playing for more downside. But as long as that holds, and as long as we hold up here in this upper third of this bullish engulfing candle, that's a bullish pattern. So we have to respect it until it breaks down. And I think if we explode higher next week and get up over this 2650, which coincidentally is above the 200 weekly moving average, which has obviously been important because look, we couldn't get above it last week, we couldn't get above it this week, but next week if we can get above it, I think there's going to just be a massive short squeeze, and no one would believe the rally. Everyone would expect it to get sold off. So when that happens, you get massive short squeeze, and you head higher. But these levels need to be taken out first. But looking at this pattern in isolation, it's a bullish, potentially bullish bottoming pattern. So don't give up on the bullish side yet. Wait until we get below this week's low at that 2440 level to then get conviction to the bearish side and look for this low to be taken out potentially to this 2030. So my recommendation right now is to be patient, watch for those levels that we've mentioned, and let those levels dictate your trades. All right, guys. Well, have a good weekend. Really looking forward to next week, and we'll talk to you soon. Ta-ta.